Okay, so today we're going to build this Autoworld 4-gear deluxe pit kit. This is actually going to be the second pit kit I've built. The only other one that I've built is the Autoworld Turbojet. This looks very similar to how it builds. But like I say, this is only the second one I've built, so I'm probably not going to be the person to look at for the correct way to build this. I'm just going to build it how I guess I think it should be built. And I'm not really worried about saving this. I have seen where some people save this kit or save the packaging. I'm not really too worried about doing that. So what I actually like to do is put just a tiny bit of oil, just kind of right here. And then whenever I put oil on stuff, I just dip my tweezers in it to put it on there. The back of the package here kind of shows how this kind of goes together. So I believe the first thing I'm going to do is actually just put these brushes in. So actually, we're supposed to put in the brush springs before the brushes, is actually what it shows to do. It says these are the shorter springs, but they actually look the same size to me. Okay, it's very hard to see, but these two at the top actually do look a little shorter than these two right here. So I'm going to put these back. And we'll place these springs in there. Okay, so those are in now. Now we'll place the brushes on top. So we can see that the bottom side that goes to the spring actually has this in it to show that. So the top side is actually flat. So we'll place those in. Okay, so those are the brushes are installed now. So now we're going to place the 22 secondary idler gear, which is number 5, over the gear pin on the gear plate, which is number 2. So that is the gear plate, and then that is number 5. So it looks like it's going to be the smaller gear, which is probably going to be this one right here. The larger gear appears to be 4, which will be in the next step. I'm actually going to move this out of the way. So I'm going to take a little bit of oil, just put it on here, and really just put that right on top of the gear, just like that, inside of it. Okay, so to put this gear in right here, you actually have to drop it underneath this gear right here. So I kind of went in at an angle to get it underneath this. So now we'll do this larger gear. And looking at it, you can actually tell it has what looks like a top and a bottom. You can see the kind of teeth right here. If you flip it over, it's actually kind of smooth right there. So I'm going to actually put it on just like this. So I'm going to put just a little bit of oil right there. And some inside there. And then we see everything is turning. So now it says to lower the gear plate on the chassis by sliding these front tabs in. So it feels like it's locked in place because I can not turn the rear axle now. So I'm going to assume that everything is lined up there. Now we need to install this retainer clip. So now it says we flip the chassis over and we install this Phillips head screw into a hole close to the rear axle. So that would be right here. And that says the gear plate is now installed. So now we're going to install the pickup shoes. And I also want to be mindful to wipe off the tweezers if I don't want oil to get on something. So this next part is rather tricky. We need to place a spring in this cup right here. Okay, so that looks correct. Now we place the, let's see. Okay, it slides underneath. Oops. Okay, it's underneath there. Push this down. Be mindful not to let the spring pop out. So our spring appears to be in, and that's how that is. Let's see if we can do the other one. Okay, so those are both in. So it may be kind of hard to see, but one of these is not pushing out as far. So I'm actually going to take these out and see if I've got the right springs in there. So they look the same to me, but it could be my eyesight is terrible. But they look the same. So let's try that again. So actually, so it looks like this is bent out upward. Sorry. Looks like this is bent out upward more than this is. So maybe that is why we have more tension there. So let's put it back in. I think this was the weaker feeling spring, so I'm going to actually put it right there. Popped out. So I'm fairly certain that is the spring I had in that slot, or in the other slot, and it feels much stronger there. So I think what I'm going to do is actually bend this up just a hair. Somebody that's familiar with these cars may have a better suggestion there. I am not. Like I say, this is the first time I've ever Messed with one of these. That feels better. Piece of track here. Okay, I feel a little better about that. So now we're down to tires. So you can see these front tires have a rib on them. I'm going to put that rib to the outside. It doesn't really tell which way it goes. Okay, the guide pin is snapped in. So this thing actually should have power now. Let's find out if it does. Okay. So let's see if it works. It does. Excellent. So lastly, I'm actually going to take just a dab of oil here. Put it right here in the center. Because that, I believe, is where the armature of our motor lines up. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of oil. Just kind of put it right here. And do a little bit more right here. I'm going to do the same for the rear. Now all we have left to do is just put the body on. Probably would be good to actually use some CA glue to glue that in place, because I believe that's going to fall out. Also got a, I'm guessing this is a rear bumper. Yes, I'm going to get some glue and glue these in. But for now, I think we can snap the body on. I think it looks pretty good for a van. And we can see it works. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.